bwills.com.
Random map number 2 here between the Fluffy Aimers and Nouns. Nouns up 1-0, looking rather strong at the end there. Maybe a little bit closer than we anticipated, closer than it needed to be. Fluffy Aimers showing some gumption at the very least here, John, but now we're headed to Mirage, and it is Nouns map pick.
Yeah, Dia and Peeping in particular on Fluffy Aimers doing a great job. 21 frags for Peeping, 19 for Dia, but on the other side it was MarKE leading the charge. 23 and 14 was a big reason why they were able to take that round, that map. And now Fluffy Aimers, like you said, they have to face off against Nouns on their best map. But one thing that Fluffy Aimers are perfect on so far are pistol rounds.
Look at this underpass play. Fast on, fast in. They've already gained ground on the site. 2 players are holding in kitchen. They're ready for this. But a 1-for-1 exchange, never going to expect the second player to be there. So for the moment, even Stevens here towards the site, and with the bombs down, now the numbers start to drop off for the Fluffy Aimers. Now, part of why Ancient was so close, they won both pistols, did FA. This time, not looking like it's going to be the case, unless Jason can give us a masterclass. First one found. Jason hunting for more. 5 bullets, 4, 3, down, done, dusted, doesn't matter. Nouns claim the pistol, and with it, take that early momentum.
CJ, an early celebration, not in a setup and down.
We won a pistol!
At the ground. Yeah, he's happy.
Cynic spot a Negev.
Look, I think that's one of the reasons
Cynic spot a T-side Negev.
Look, Mike, we talked about the Negev. We actually didn't see it on Ancient. So he has to use it once per BO3, it seems. It doesn't matter what map it is.
How the hell is he going to use a Negev T-side of Mirage?
Look, it's an anti-eco gun, maybe? That's why? I don't know.
I mean, fortunately for them, they've chosen the right side. If they just rock up Catwalk, there is no one here.
Where is Cynic? He's walking up Cat with
Yeah, no, he's just playing with the pack.
Uh-oh.
With a Negev.
AK down.
All right, justify that. He's already lost. I mean, what, are they going to pick up the Negev? MarKE will, apparently. And he knows where the last player is, so he's just going to put 200 bullets down range. Eventually swap back to the MAC-10. I think he just mostly wanted to let them know they, in fact, had a Negev.
Yes,
here.
exactly. It was more of the threat of the Negev, kind of like hold that angle, right? And then he picks up the MAC-10, but yeah. Anyway, 2-0. The Negev doesn't get any frags this time. In fact, believe it or not, guys, it's the first round that Cynic's bought up the Negev so far this season where he hasn't gotten a frag with it. But the other 2 times...
Was that... How long have you been waiting to use that stat?
Not long, actually. It just came to mind.
Is it true?
Yes.
Is that accurate?
Yes, it is.
Wild. Wild, wild, wild.
I think his other times were all on CT side, if I'm not mistaken. So
they were on Ancient specifically.
Yeah. It might be the first time that he actually purchased it up on this side.
I distinctly remember him buying at one point in a full USP eco outside of that kill.
Yes.
Look at this damage on Cynic and CJ. All right, snap back into the round. Whoa, there goes gravity. MarKE's walked up connector and no one's watching it. Oh, they've given him so much space. This is obscene. They don't know. They don't know he could be rocked right up here, but he's going to actually look away at just the wrong moment. MarKE gets caught on the timing. And what could have been the winning position is now a big problem. They've still got Carson basically in the same spot, but they've lost CJ. Carson will strike, but it's just down to him in a 1v3. And this one's all Fluffy Aimers.
That was a nice stack. Good gamble from the Fluffy Aimers. Putting every single player on that A site. Nouns walked right into it. They do like to go fast here on Mirage, on every map, really, but this one in particular. And, well, didn't pan out that time. You really, honestly, if the Fluffy Aimers are able to put up a fight here on Mirage as well against Nouns, I think it's impressive because they're proving that they can kind of deny that aggressive push that Nouns have used so very well against every other team they've played so far. Mercy, going to be going into window? We're still a far cry from it. That's just one round. We'll see.
Yeah. And, I mean, even in that round, as the kills do start to come in, CJ only limited to 1, but damage on the Learsy. if MarKE had been holding jungle, maybe been a little more patient on that backstab, or a little more aggressive, one or the other, could have all been undone.
Yep, very true.
As you've said so many times, live by the sword, die by the sword. Sometimes how it happens. Upgrades are found here in towards mid. Oh, they get caught. Dia nearly traded out of that one, but Carson will have to back away, and the Molly and the nade will finish it. Nice response. Instantaneous there from Cynic.
Oh, I thought Dia's nade was going to do damage, but it didn't really do much. It was on the other side. They returned the favor, and Dia is dropped. Health's about even on both sides, though, so no real advantage there. There is one edge that Nouns have, and that's the only one person on the B site.
Look at this, though. Jason's just pushed a ramp, and he's seen nothing. So Learcy's starting to float. The problem is Learcy knows that window's a possibility, so he's got to be very calm about how he approaches this. All about the apps fight. A pops up at the perfect time, but they are going to be out, and A is going to be collected. Deep in the market door, Learcy finds a kill that he needs. Numbers will be punched in here for Cynic. A 1v2. Turning captain of this squad. Let's see if he can do it. Has the right read on the position, spots them. Now he knows where both are. Oh, reads them like a book.
That is so good.
And he's got the shots on the second. That just immediately, once you've seen the catwalk content, look for the peek from the market player. And that's it.
That's such good awareness from Cynic as well, right? To hold that specific spot where it's very difficult to spot the player when you're coming up from cat, when you're in that spot outside the bomb site, and then he's able to isolate the player and mark it because he knows that 3 peek's going to come in, and then immediately peeks around the corner on cat. So well played in the 1v2. That could have gone awry at any moment, but it didn't. And Nouns right back to their winning ways. Fluffy AIMERS, though, they're going to force up. Can't really blame them. Got to try for this. You got an AWP in Dia's hands. Dams the smoke with 1 bullet, but cannot connect on the shot. And now Nouns are going to charge in towards mid. CJ, there's the opener.
As he so often does. Time to expect it. CJ to opener is his name. Yeah, shot goes wide. Won't get another chance at that one. They don't even have the bomb. Once again, Nouns showing that the C4 is the last of their concerns. Gain to the site. They might have both sites if they want it, because A is just here in market. Throwing nades top mid. Because they're like, I don't know. Where is he? Let's go find out. How do you read that if you're A and you hear a nade top mid? What?
I don't know. A lot of things that Nouns do. How do you read it? Really? Oh boy. Well, this round is over either way, I would think. A with an MP9. I mean, with an MP9 in this position, I don't know about unless here.
Unless he kills the isolated player, picks up an AK, shoots them all in the head, and still somehow finds time for a 10-second defuse.
That's assuming a large amount of lack of discipline from Nouns.
Assuming a large amount of lack of discipline.
Yes. And
we certainly would never know Nouns to be an undisciplined team, would we?
No, never. Absolutely not.
Misses the timing on Cynic. And, well, his incredibly marginal chance into this round has now slipped away as a result. They're hunting, they've spotted him, and they will put him down to dirt.
There we go. 4-1 in favor of Nouns.
Over under 30 minutes on this game, John.
On this map, you mean?
On this map, yes. Started at 9 o'clock, let's say, so we're 10 minutes in at this point. It's 2 minutes around, which is a long time for a Nouns game.
I'm going to say under. I'm going to gamble here.
Under 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
Ambitious. I'm going to go over. I'm going to say 35. I'll adjust it. Over under 35. We'll give you the under. I'll take the over.
Okay, that 35 seems a little fairer because I was really going for a gamble.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? It's a little ambitious. Cynic has now ripped ahead, and look, they're getting torn through. Are the Fluffy AIMERS? No resistance in this round. They might as well be tissue paper. A going to try and burn alive. Just to get 1 kill. Is an interesting commit, and one way or another, the Wolves will descend and tear his body to shreds. Again, now it's barely even bringing that bomb out of spawn. In half these rounds, they're just eager for blood.
There's the quick one. 31 seconds in that round.
There you go. They're trying to get that under for you.
Yeah, they're like, we heard him. Let's go, boys. Send it. 5-1. 6 rounds in. Hey, he's got the AUG. We don't see the AUG that much. I honestly...
We're seeing it a lot more in 2.
Yeah, and you should, because it's extremely accurate, especially with the sub-tick issues that we're having. It actually performs pretty well.
That's a generous way to say it.
Yeah, let's try to be very nice about it.
Sub-tick shenanigans. Volvo, please fix. Carson 1. Headshot on the second. CJ collects. That was a little bit of a haywire spray. There was a smoke up, in fairness to him. Could not actually see anybody. And now catch. Oh, peeking with the molly out. It's just, they're so ridiculous. They're so ridiculous. The bomb's still down outside A main. There's a player MarKE. MarKE is in MarKE. He's just going to sit here while CJ goes on a recovery mission to find C4 that may or may not be being watched at this point.
I feel like CJ might go A too. I don't know.
I mean, if MarKE actually gets this kill jungle, it would be a good decision. Jason's past the angle. MarKE doesn't realize.
Oh.
How is he alive? How is he alive? How is he alive? Extra nade damage onto Jason, but he's out. He actually avoids the brunt of it. Flashbang up. This is so messy. Molotov gonna force them to peek to fight. CJ can't capitalize, but the Flames will. And Diaz so very low.
That's 3 players that have peaked with util in their hands for Nouns.
Yeah, they're feeling a little cheeky.
Jeez.
Just goofy guys. Gonna have to attempt to defuse. Dia will drop a smoke to obfuscate. Knows he needs the kill on MarKE, frankly. He's actually already lost this.
Yep.
Because he has no kit.
He does lose his life. There we go. 6-1. Messy. Messy round, but everyone dies. MarKE is accepting his fate, spraying the ground.
There's the money sign up. He knows.
Yeah.
They are money, and the money
they
do
are.
be broken for Fluffy Aimers.
Cash money. Well, they can, I mean, Jason
They
has
shouldn't.
4K. They can have.
They
5.
shouldn't.
They can have 5. They will. They got armor on 4 players. Deagles are pretty powerful. MP9 there and a CZ. I don't know. I mean, it's possible to pull this one off, depending on if the stack pans out, which is towards the A site once more. It did the previous time. Let's see if Nouns go up here. Cynic will. There we go. First casualty. AK picked up, and the MP9 can be grabbed by another player. Pace has slowed down into this one. A couple of players going to the apartments. B site is indeed softer. A is trying to anchor it down with the Deagle. And CJ, that frag helps a lot because that will force more attention to be drawn towards the A site. And A, well, is he going to rotate? No, he's going to hit the one Deagle onto MarKE. What a shot. And he doesn't take any damage. Then Dia does the same to Carson.
All right. A little bit of juice in this one. Still numbers being whittled off. A, do they realize he's not good? They do now, but he's still going to win the peak. Managed to lunge in and, okay, walking right past. This might be a knife on. Oh, no! Diaz with the knife! Trying for a little bit of BM. And caught out on it. Wilson kind of a tough spot to actually fight for this. Knows he's going to be pinched. It's just a matter of when. Finds the first. Goes back to look for the next. No, PP right around the corner and jumping out the window. He will be claimed. So only 2 survivors, but it was a pistol round. It's a massive coup for Fluffy Aimers to get on the board here.
Yeah, I mean, look, Diaz lucky that round didn't go awry as he attempted the knife. Because if they lose that, he is kicking himself for days thinking about that one. But they don't. They win it. He's okay. He's safe. Might second guess himself next time he tries to be cheeky with the knife. As the Fluffy Aimers get a second round on the board. Still a daunting lead to stare down at. And Nouns have plenty of cash to get the off in place. CJ has to settle for the wheel to get the utility. He settles for his body to fall to the ground immediately in the first 10 seconds. Dia finds the headshot through the smoke. 5v4. Usually it's Nouns getting those proposals. There's the nade into connector. Fluffy Aimers holding their ground and their nerve. Nice shot. Keeping on to Cynic. 5v3 now. Smoke isolates one player, and that means bwills has a chance to spam, and it works. He takes down Peeping and Con.
That's a big kill for Carson.
Wow.
This now opens back up the middle of the map. Slowest we've seen Nouns in a long while, but with this mid control, and that's
What a
exactly the
dozen-ish
problem. Dia needs to retake that space, and bwills is ready for him. I would like to see them fight a little bit more together at this point. They've got great positioning, but they're still just making completely individual fights. Carson dipping his feet in his own Molotov. Try and get the element of surprise. Here comes the flashbang at Jason. Oh, he nearly gets past them, but it's going to be a trade. Could have been the round, and they know where A is coming from.
I think they saw him now. Yep.
Certainly did, if not before. Just this man, 11 bullets in the gun. 2 targets to find. 10 bullets. Are going to be needed. 9 bullets. 8.
No!
Oh! That's all he needs! Bomb going to be defused. Hey! Makes it happen snappy on the second shot.
Wow, that was efficient too. Couldn't afford to go for the reload in that situation. Instead opted to take the fights, and man, oh man, that could not have gotten any closer. He used every single bullet he had available in his magazine to get the 1v2 clutch, and a third round found for the Fluffy Aimers when it looked nigh impossible. bwills, look, I like the way he's been playing so far in the series. It feels like he's finally adjusting to Counter-Strike 2. Man, even Carson found that critical frag. I think Nouns did a lot of things right in that round. They just couldn't stave off that push from A. Now they're going to go back to their bread and butter. That's pushing without thinking about it. Dia gets one. Carson gets the trade, and then Carson goes down as well. The op singing here for Fluffy Aimers, but it's still not enough. Yeah, nice shot from bwills. Again.
A little miscue on the nadage. We'll blame Subtick for that, Dia. Don't worry. You're blameless. You're never your fault. Hey, traded out on the smoke fade. Ooh, bwills doesn't get the element of surprise he was hoping for. It all falls to Cynic. Time ticking down as well. Attempted pre-fire, but that gives up the position, confirms he was still stuck there, and so the defuse will come through. And Fluffy Aimers are starting to stack these rounds as they look to recover mid this half a play.
Not to mention on Nouns' T side, which is even more impressive from the Fluffy Aimers. Yeah, so I think that's 3 in a row now. Yeah, that is 3 in a row for the Fluffy Aimers. Nouns having to settle for pistols. I'm surprised they're not forcing up here all the way down to 0 because, I mean, they usually do. Carson will. Maybe he's trying to set the trend and say, guys, come on, let's go. And he actually does sell a little bit and go down to, I think, I don't know. He sold something to go up to 600 from 300. Either way, I'm not sure how much of a difference that will make. Everyone else is still on the eco here for Nouns. That double op really did do a good job for the Fluffy Aimers in the previous round. See if they can replicate that success. Nouns have been deterred, I would say, from going towards the A site. They will send a couple players up here to try and find some frag.
They're full fake. They're trying to draw presence. They're doing a decent job of it on the B side, but actually the Molotov coming out, that's going to stymie it. Fluffy Aimers are calling, hey, you know, they haven't actually made their way through all bwills. bwills, you cheeky boy. No, he's been spotted. Didn't check the close corner, and that's where Jason lurked. Trade on. This is a bomb plant.
They sold it well enough. Yeah. That was a really good sell of the fake, and
Bomb is still in
picked up an M4, and he's got the frag. Bomb does get recovered. It is going to be planted here. CJ is looking for more. Carson coming in late. Oh, he's going to check it. He does, and he gets the headshot on to Jason. Learsey. Learsey's got a good angle. He's got to get taken down, and he won't. Learsey finding CJ. Cynic desperately peeking around here. 2 players putting so much pressure on. That means Carson needs to help with only 8 HP, and well, Cynic's going to do it himself. He gets Learsey. Mira, Dia goes down as well to Cynic's Deagle, and well, he didn't need any help at all, in fact.
Masterclass there. 7 rounds found for Nouns, and what a time to claim it as well. This might just have cracked the last little bit of the half wide open, and by that I mean there's one more round and the money's gone for Fluffy Aimers. There's one more round. Oh boy,
that's a round and a half though for Cynic and Nouns.
It is indeed. And I mean the fake, right? They found the patience for Nouns. It's the change-up pitch, managing to show that patience, managing to draw just enough focus. It could have been even better, you know, if that lurk through the smoke for bwills had paid off. It was good.
Yeah, just because they don't do it doesn't mean they can't. They are a very strong team. And Carson is going to get the opener on
That's the big gun.
Yeah. There's still an A1S alive in A's hands, though, so that could do some damage, but the B site is, again, cracked open.
Completely vacant. There's a double push down A ramp, so they need to get this bomb planted with alacrity. That's exactly what they're shifting in to do right now. And A might get checked. Indeed, it does. MarKE finds him as he looks to break the shutter. Now this is tough. There's such good presence in towards mid. There's such good presence. MarKE, I'd love it if there was anyone on the bomb site, but apparently, you know, they're going to go forth and kill everybody first. Fellas, it's the last round. Fellas, it's the last round. Fellas, it's the last round. Someone watch the bomb. Why are they hunting?
I don't know, because they can't. They
I
can't.
think they forgot it was the last round. Molotov's a little late. Now he's been spotted. Everyone's trying to reconverge back in here. Jason, burning alive, will be eliminated to send us to the half. The second half opens, and Nouns hold double their opponent's scoreline, so a pistol round would go a long way. Fluffy Aimers looking like they're going to be initially set up for a pretty quick A take. Dualies, where we got the dualies? We got Cynic playing Ticket, not where I would typically think of them. Carson locking down that B site.
The Cynic has a nade, though. That could do a lot of damage.
Could indeed. CJ could also just shoot someone in the face. Nade going to come in. Yeah, minimal damage.
Everyone. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
All on the fight. Yeah, everybody's here. You're absolutely right. And so far, well, Cynic's starting to show why he bought those dualies. And it's all good. Nouns have now claimed both pistols on this map. Let's see if they can salt it away. They just need 4 more rounds.
Dualies still excellent on pistol rounds for the CT side, it seems. That carried over from CSGO quite nicely. And yeah, 9 rounds for Nouns. Only 3 more, make that 4 more required. and we will be done. Fluffy Aimers decide not to force up because they didn't get the bomb plant, but they will at least upgrade their pistols. 4 deagles and a P250 available to them. We'll see what they decide to do or where they decide to go. It looks like 3 players peeking towards mid. bwills has to be so careful, especially with those deagles out. CJ's going to get the opener as he often does. Peeping gets the trade though. On to Carson. MarKE also needs to be careful. There we go. The frags are coming out on both sides. Jason's taking so much damage, and there we go. MarKE really will settle things down there. Do they know Peeping's all the way through into market? Well,
They
that
seem to know.
is another
Cynic's
question.
holding it with a negev. He's going to win this fight.
He will.
Yes.
There we go.
He will. 1,000,000 bullets down range. And Cynic will opt to keep the negev as well going into the next.
Another round where Cynic has a Negev, and frag comes through.
Look, he's just defining the meta now is what we're learning.
I think so. Look, as an anti-eco weapon, it's not expensive. $1,700. You're not really investing that much. And, you know, you can fire out like 200 bullets, right?
There you go.
It's quite effective.
Fire rate is everything in Counter-Strike, folks. No one can aim anyway right now with subtick, so you might as well just have as many bullets as possible.
Shotgun and Negev meta.
Shotgun, you need precision if it's spread.
With the
Negev, you just
sub-tick, it works
need-
really well.
There you go.
Negev, you just need to hold down M1. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true. That's true. You're not wrong, Mike. Well, all 5 players towards mid here, and Learcy's going to get the opener onto MarKE. Learcy takes a lot of damage in that fight, and then bwills finds the follow-up right after a nade connects on Peeping. So that is not the greatest of exchanges for Fluffy Aimers. The good thing is they're going to go to an A site that doesn't have that much defense, and Nouns are kind of leaning towards B, although they do have a player going into jungle. The problem is that player has an Negev. It's Cynic. I don't know how much that's going to do. Against AKs, you have to feel like the AK has the advantage. Will Cynic do this wrong again?
You would think so. Is there a shadow on this angle? Maybe the shadow advantage? The nade. Oh my god, Learcy's almost dead. Can tip him off with something. Smoke's over. Thus begins the
there it
spam.
is.
Note, Cynic is in fact dead. Learcy gets the last laugh, but he didn't get a chance to pull the trigger, so it's not a conclusive test. As it is, a 3-on-3 fight for the site. Everybody coming through from jungle. Bombs the most aggressive player. And they've now let them know that the terror weapon is in fact out.
That's why it's bad though, because you just get
It's
stuck in one
punished.
place because you can get punished so easily from a peek.
Ironically, if they'd had it in connector, it might have been great for spamming the box. But they do not. So let's see how they're going to attempt this retake. Player ramp, player spawn, another player deep spawn, and bwills want something to do with this. Are they playing for exits?
They have a kit. Looks like it is going to be playing for exits here. 10-5 is going to be the scoreline once this bomb explodes. We got that 10-second timer sound going through.
bwills has got the kill. No, can't line him up, but Peeping is close enough. The bomb will take him out. Oh, A with 1 HP survives.
That is a lucky A right there. 5 rounds found though for Fluffy Aimers, even though that one, it was super expensive. They will be able to reinvest here. They won't have full util, which could be problematic. We'll see. Depends how quickly they play. And so far they've opted for a slower pace of play here on their T side. On the Noun side, they will have guns for everyone. I think Carson has a gun on the ground for him. It's an MP9. Yeah, so 4 A1Ss, an MP9, no op. And again, they are going aggressive towards mid. We saw this in their match up against the Bad News Bears, Mike, and we thought it was an odd strategy. And we're wondering if it was just because they were playing Bad News Bears. It seems no. They are stacking 4 players towards mid consistently.
Yeah. Yeah, they like to brawl here, too, Nouns. Initial. There's the spot. bwills is deleted. Some damage onto Jason, but far from enough. Spam going to be attempted. Everyone from Nouns is ready for the brawl. MarKE, though, won't make it to the post plant. Trade's not good. Learcy punishing. Great bit of maneuvering from Learcy, and he's just flying about here like he's on roller skates. It all falls to Cynic. That's a commanding round for Fluffy Aimers.
Indeed it is.
Cynic sticking around for an exit.
Yeah, he's not going to get anything. Dia takes him down. A perfect round for the Fluffy Aimers. No one goes down. Only a little bit of damage for Learcy. Jason taking the worst of it, but he's still standing, so they don't have to reinvest into their rifles. This time they can get full util. And all of a sudden, it's looking a little precarious for the Nouns side. They're stuck on pistols only this round, even if they choose to buy. Maybe MarKE could get an SMG. And Cynic is going to force up. He is the player who typically goes for the hero buy, though, so that's not too surprising. And he's got the scout in his hands. It is a glass scout. Don't see that very often. Cynic just fires away and then backs off immediately after that smoke comes through. So I would imagine that Nouns want to go for a stack here. Looks like A is going to be the site they choose to heavily defend.
Minute 20. A little bit of trepidation here for the Fluffy Aimers. There have been some of these rounds that have gotten away from them, or at least gotten far more expensive than they needed to be. That's a scout tag early. Player finding home. So they know there's at least a scout out there, but starting to get a picture of what lies in wait for them on the other side. Having shown the scout, it's now shifting in towards middle. This is not a bad read. I say that Carson comes back out of market. It's not ideal.
Where is MarKE with that deagle? Connector. If he was on B, maybe this would be interesting for Nouns, but he's not.
If bwills can get an early enough spot, you know they're all going to rotate, but they're not well positioned for it. And bwills, now he's got the info. Uh-oh. Found the site, guys. It's actually the low player. bwills can't get any impact out of that USP. He's mostly just the canary in the coal mine, but let's see if they can find damage on this. Peeping's already into the angle.
Are you kidding me? What?
Blinder of a shot from MarKE. How does he hit that? Nate nearly takes him out as he tries to get his hands on the gun. It'll be Carson instead to snatch the rifle. And I mean, if they can keep these players inside, if they can make it expensive, there could have been something to be said for it. Not going to happen here. Market has now been opened. But they should be able to get the AK out of it. Oh, the read from Nouns that everybody's coming back this way. They're going to try and keep them close to the bomb. MarKE's going to make it very expensive, very costly. Shots down range, lead down range as well. A TK on, and MarKE, was that a collat?
I think it
was a collat! No survivors for the Fluffy Aimers! Their money is swept off the board by the might of MarKE's Deeg.
I told you if that deagle would have been on the B side, maybe they wouldn't even have won the round. Wow, MarKE, unbelievable stuff. The TK helps him out too. He's up to 15. He's been a force tonight. And yes, they lose the round, but that is so expensive for the Fluffy Aimers, who did have a clean sweep a couple of rounds ago, so they can absorb that one, but it's such a hit to them that they really didn't want. So now the smokes are going to come out here. Ooh, a couple of smokes thrown for a cat there. Unintentional for the Fluffy Aimers. That means a little less util to go for this execute, but they should still be okay. One player here, jumping around towards Ticket. That is CJ. Can't find the spot just yet. bwills tosses that util in towards Palace, but it's a little late as the player backs off and avoids it for the most part. bwills receives 1 HP of damage from that nade in return. And look at this. Fluffy Aimers coming out to a hail of bullets. 3 players go down to around half health. CJ is just trying to stay alive with this flurry of utility. And bwills, well, he's not finding anything. His teammates will, and then he finally does. 3 frags consecutively as Learcy and Dia are going to respond in turn.
Bombs down, so they're fully committed to this brawl, whether they want to or not. Pressure on. Utility trying to keep them from recovering it. Dia and Learcy going to try and ease off the gas pedal here. But they're wary of a flank coming in. For good reason. Carson is still alive, and he does love a flank. It's not going to happen here. 40 seconds. Dia just hoping to dip dive and isolate out a fight. But the nade will find him instead. All on Learcy now. They're all from the same direction, and Nouns will claim it. Keeping 3 alive to boot to build a little bit of cash in here means that we are now very close to seeing this map
disappear down the drain.
Wow, that nade timing was ridiculous from Carson, and then the final frag found pretty easily with the triple peak. 11-7. Nouns 2 rounds away from another perfect 2-0 and a 4-0 record on this season. Starting to look like the team to beat, and Cynic holds the angle effectively against Dia. A bit of an off angle on the lip of that windowsill. And now Fluffy Aimers are going to be charging out towards the B site. Learcy is jumping out, flashed out, and he dies without doing that much damage. Carson. Gonna have
I
another
think
peek into
Carson
the
was
apartments.
spotted
maybe?
getting in the van here.
Yeah.
Peeping's trying to catch him on that timing. There's the spot, certainly. Molotov gonna follow, so if you thought you had any ideas of getting into this site, no siree. It's mid instead, the site of their intention. As Jason tries to make some space and
Oh, that nade
catches just the
miss.
slimmest bit of nade damage as a result, which he will punish. Okay, you show me where you are, and I'm gonna punish. Exchange in towards mid. There's
Okay.
something doing here. A's just opened up the gates to his namesake. Bomb's gonna go down. The round's on.
No, they're going to be. They're going to be.
Oh, this is cheeky if they go all the way through. No, they don't commit to it. Or do they? They're thinking about it.
I
They're
feel like
processing now. MarKE could actually go back and catch him. He's not seeing anything on A. He's wondering what the heck's going on. His teammate's gone all the way through. It's all about the timing here.
No.
All about the timing. MarKE's got the read. But do they have the read that he has the read
They have to clear
that this might be?
Hard clear.
They've got to, but the question is... No, they
No!
don't! They line up! The focus slips. They thought they'd cleared it, but no! Not the angle for MarKE. And with his 19th kill, 18th and 19th kill of the map, MarKE will put this onto series point.
Oh my goodness. I mean, 2 players there. You have to just hold that angle until it's completely cleared. They don't. They turn around. They had that thought in their mind that, hey, maybe we gave the slip. You didn't. MarKE was watching. You took too long to rotate around, and he realized what was going on. 12-7. 5 opportunities for Nouns to close this out. CJ gets the opener. 5v4, and look at the buy-up for Fluffy Aimers. There's just so little for them to work with. 3 Deagles and a MAC-10. The MAC-10 does sing for 1. Maybe a second. That would help immensely. The Deagle from A continues to peek around these corners, and, I mean, Nouns have to be careful.
They do indeed.
Jeez.
They do indeed, but they seem to be careful enough right now. Unless, look at
know.
the health. Look at their remaining health. It's 2 players who are basically a wisp away
that
from
helps.
death, and Carson will escort the first into the grave. And this one, it might just be done. Jason nearly catch the bwills, but presence of mind there. The old peek while you're reloading trick. Noted movement tech in the dual top mid will see them ended. The map, the round, the series, all done. It's Nouns all the way here, John.
Yes, it was. And how long was that? 39
I regret to inform you, it was 39
look,
minutes.
We don't count halftime break. Yeah?
Then it's
Okay.
still 36.